After nearly killing Ghanaians and with the announcement of free water for the next 3 months, fellow Ghanaians, it appears the president of the Ghanaian people is actually determined to finish us completely. Why do I say so? People say they are bored, and the president is like, look, I don't recharge the lockdown. I no get time, and they fight virus. So anybody, bottom they kill you for a house. Get your data, come and sing. And that's true. And actually, there was a huge concert party. No, it was a virtual one, actually. We'll see about that and how the absorption of electricity bills is going. But in all these, John Mahama, the Fourth Republic's only one-term president and the NDC's presidential flag bearer, he looks at the whole thing and is like, only if they knew who the hospitals be my senior, they will never dig me down. John boy, John, they don't know I am on a John, they don't know I am. What's it say? Then the next thing, me too, John. There is actually so much to share, except that I was at Botiano for City TV's About Town at 7 p.m. every day. Just check it out. And the people say, hey, Dr. Baumia, and I responded, and they continued, and I quote, "Ma boarding na ma frau." Just because Nancy Yenti wunka enti ya bwa ye train IMF scano. Baby, don't discriminate. You know me, you know. Eat or die. All correct. And that's true, guys. This is Backpage on City TV. My name is Caleb. Good at the show, no? A triple socket, and you can't put for pocket, and we will give you the feeling of the zoes. Fellow Ghanaians, are you ready? Let's do this. Welcome to the show, my friends. Welcome. Like you know, we love you so much, and it gives us joy to do this with you all the time. So thank you and welcome. The president's latest Koro freebie is electricity, even though it appears once again that the sweet talk preceded or came before the planning of the how.
Government will fully absorb electricity bills for the poorest of the poor, i.e., for all lifeline consumers. That is free electricity for persons who consume 0 to 50 kilowatt hours a month for this period. In addition, for all other consumers, residential and commercial, government will absorb 50% of your electricity bill for this period using your March.
Now, this is great. I mean, if you will extend the lockdown, it's only fair that you provide us with utilities we need to stay home but cannot pay for. Now, we spoke to some Ghanaians for their thoughts on this, and some think the president has done what Napoleon couldn't do. This could be Mahama, I don't know. Absolutely great. Others say, well, if there is Hetty-born great, then this, as usual, is Nana talk great.
What the Kuvadu talk I heard is good, but I don't know either it will be possible or it won't be possible. But because sometimes they talk, and normally we think it's a political talk. They will talk and it will not work.
Some of us, we are using Backpage. So the question is, how do we go about it? Because we need clarity from GC to tell us how to go about it. Because some of us, we have been buying credit in excess of 100 cedis, 200 cedis, 300 cedis per month.
What free? If you go and buy free, they say it is free. When you go and buy it and finish, you come and put it. You didn't see the amount is there. It's small. And you use it today and tomorrow, the light finish. And they say, the governor says she will give you the free light. Is it free?
Hey. Ghanaians can't talk. But really, of concern is how those of us on prepaid will benefit from this, because this week in Kwa, I was at work only to receive a call that, bro, our prepaid is finished. So I'm like, oh, like we bought the same amount, no deduction, no extra credit, absolutely nothing. But at least there is no doomsday right where I am, and I hope that you have light. I really pray that you have light. We love it that there is no doomsday. Anyway, days after the president's announcement, Energy Minister Foko Kwamawu has now come to show Ghanaians the plan for the free electricity.
So the implementation process began. But the April customers, if you recollect, it's for 3 months. April, May, and June. By the 9th of April, some people have already purchased, especially the prepaid customers, have already purchased their prepaid. And some people have already bought their postpaid. So the April benefits will be derived in May, the May benefit in June, and the June benefit will be in July.
So we are going to spend 1 billion for the free electricity, and those who are not connected to the national grid won't get some, right? Okay, that's not bad. Fellow Ghanaians, illegal connection here. It is still a crime. It is. Already, there are several illegal connections for water. And one thing Corona has done for Ghanaians, though, is to force our politicians to give us freebies. Well, maybe not exactly free, but yeah, freebies of gigantic proportions, unprecedented freebies. Never mind the irregularities. Yeah, irregularities. Yeah, there is a funny contest where ex-President Mahama will say government should consider free this, and majority leader will say, "Oh, we are considering it." Before you know, it has been announced. Now he says consider free data and talk time, and we hear government says it has given free spectrum to MTN and Vodafone for 3 months. The free data. Who does it like? Raise your hands and let me see. No one. Nice. Because you see, students and workers in particular are suffering and staying at home without data to watch Backpage and other pages on City TV is pretty boring, or? Yeah. And those of you in long distance relationship know. More bread. But the ex-president, though, John Mahama, did he really say coronavirus? Really?
It is with great humility that I note the massive investments that was made in health facilities during my tenure as president. And I'm happy to note that these are becoming a part of the mainstay of the response to the novel coronavirus.
Ladies and gentlemen, my brothers and sisters, for the avoidance of doubt, let's take it again.
Of the response to the novel coronavirus. Coronavirus.
Oh, yeah. I know. Pearl Akanyo of all people should be the last person to do this, but Charlie, already I suspect people will come and say it's a doctored tip. Say Jamudia, we know you. Anyway, the real MVP you all have been looking forward to is we are suffering for the chalk. This one can weaken the bolts and nuts of your heart with laughter and pity at the same time.
Stretch me, not belly me. You talk a $30 value to a nearby war. I belly me. Come here, rest at Liza, back by me now. You are by me back. I am a pato. Sana may come. You can't believe me. Okay, can't believe me. Can't believe me. Social instance. Social instance. Your fire, Jimmy. Here I'm a pipe me. Bakoma ambishka, never phone. Nina kawa forward. Caress fertilizer. Nina no yene. Here rice fertilizer. On a caress fertilizer, Nini yene. Bako near Colembila bar for me. Nikamila for you. Neba, Omabajele. Uncle Mususha. Tabadayo, Miona. Omona Jaka, Omo. Aba bagi kefo. But now say, you want your sabolai, pet and pet. Is it fine? Is it no matter? Is it unfair? What all this? What all this? We are dying. We are dying. We are dying for chocolate.
Is it fine? Is it no matter? Is it unfair? What's all this? We are dying. We are dying for the chocolate. Hello, Ghanaians. Fellow Ghanaians. Your distinguished Queen Mother, Satidola Virus, Rice Satilizer, so here stands the last.
Is it fine? Is it no matter? Is it unfair? What all this? What all this? We are dying. We are dying. We are dying for chocolate.
No, is it not fine? Is it not fine at all? Coronavirus has printed in 3D for us the image Dr. Baumia has been touting all this while. The people say they don't have water. And living 7 straight days without water? Listen to this gentleman who says, we no go school before, school no go us.
You people have to come to Choco and come and give us food. We have go school before, we school no go us. We day here. You say quarantine, you quarantine ourselves for a year to no food. Water. We don't have water. Almost 5 years, 7 days now. 7 days good now. We don't get water for a year. We don't the bath. See me, no bath. For 7 days, I no bath. How the smell? How the smell? How they talk from Choco? You know Choco.
Oh, Yahoah, Amanuva. And this is why I personally love talking to everyday Ghanaians. I mean, compared to the politicians, he said, "I they smell." Such a poignant elocution of the situation on the ground. This is a national security issue. Not only are the gutters smelling, some fellow Ghanaians too. The phenomena is quitting gang. This is worrying, Charlie. But let me be quick to add that I've seen military and police trucks distributing water to some communities. These are unusual times, and while we highlight these for your attention, I know sometimes Ghanaians can be very hard on how we complain and all that. Let me also let you know that we also really commend you, all officers out there, including street sweepers, in addition to all our health workers out there who are doing their best for us. It's overwhelming, the workload ahead of you, I know, but you are the heroes. You are the real heroes. But can you imagine if there were no journalists to highlight these problems you so passionately talk about? There were no journalists to channel information from the bottom up and vice versa, and how we can all survive these trying times. Just imagine. But people think that, Edua, check on your journalist friends, okay? If you have their numbers, call them. Let them tell you the number you can send some more, because the number you have quick loans. Also check on your politician friends. In fact, check on the health minister. They too are humans, and they can also get tired. I just hope that when they see the $1 billion IMF money, they will actually get tired of you know what I mean. My people say fifi. Yeah. So look, the last time Umaru Sanda Amadu spoke to a person being treated for, can you try, COVID-19? Can you try?
So the following day, then I received a call that, are you Mr. Susu and so? I said, yes, I'm Mr. Susu and so. Then the man just said, yes, because you went to hospital the other day, they've tested you and they found out that you are positive.
Very heartwarming. I mean, you see, they aren't going to kill you. It's not dangerous to interact with them. You just have to protect yourself. Happily, this gentleman has recovered with 82 others being treated for COVID-19. But sadly, his neighbors are behaving like I don't even know.
So now when they go out to go and buy, it's kind of difficult. This morning, myself and my wife, because she went to town, and the behavior towards her when they saw her on telly. So currently, as I'm speaking now, it hasn't been easy. I even wish maybe I should have gone back to the camp again.
Wow.
Yes. Wow. Because the stigma in the area, when she's going to buy something, when the children, you send the children to buy something, it becomes a difficult thing for us.
Now, to all of you stigmatizing, no, listen to higher sense.
What is happening now is that we have patients who have been diagnosed with COVID-19. We have their families. We have healthcare workers who work in facilities, all being stigmatized. Do your part. We all have a role, whether you are in government, whether you are a civil society member, whether you are a media, whether you are a key influencer. There are things that we need to do. I've already talked about the fact that when you are sharing information, share facts, share what is true, what is empowering, what they encourage people.
Thank you for your words, so sweet, Doc. Thank you. Fellow Ghanaians, please listen. You are not protecting yourself by stigmatizing others. If you want to protect yourself, stay at home. Wash your hands frequently under running water with soap. Don't sneeze freestyle by heart into the air or cough. And where possible, use your hand sanitizers, your hand sanitizers and all of that. Stigmatizing is an act of cowardice. Do not do that. It's wicked. Just as demolishing illegal structures where less privileged persons put up, especially during a lockdown, is plainly inhumane.
Nti omo hwe yenim ya yenkodwa ye ni baabi da kwan so omo aloke ye nya kwan koye kuro nti ohaw de bebre ene wes enya de kitso me amekasa no pa me ma fra me ni hwa ndres ni hwa nti ne ebe ka cha Ghana fo ne so omo hu ye mobo.
At the point in the week, we saw some photoshopped images of Ghana's cases, right, hitting 1,000 and more. Guys, what do you want to achieve with that mischief?
But listen, also to politicians, those in the ruling party, those in opposition, who think that this is a good time for misinforming the public for parochial political gain. You are being plainly responsible. This is the time when we need to spread facts and knowledge to people so that they can protect themselves. So if you think that this is a good time to fabricate things and throw them out there, parochial political gain, so that what? You will stay in power or win power, and by the time all the people are dead, who are you going to govern? It's plainly irresponsible. Now is not the time. Let's finish with this national battle, and we can get back to some very decent politics as a country. I think simply that's what we'll say.
Guys, chew on this small and internalize it. When I return, former Ghana Bar Association president and member of the Council of State says Electoral Commission, no, they can go ahead with electoral registration in regions where there is no lockdown. Oh yeah, you heard right. And what about the COVID-19 tracker that threatens to track more information than we can be comfortable with? If you have time, I'll look at it. And a disease that is milking more lives on our blind side as coronavirus enjoys all the attention. Ladies and gentlemen, stay.
Imagine if you can get all the understanding on some of the difficult subjects you struggle with in school. As a student, do you feel dissatisfied with how hard it is to figure out the subject you're learning? Or as a parent or guardian, do you worry that your child is struggling to understand some of the subjects in school? Well, now you don't need to sign up for extra lessons or tutors. Simply tune in to Class Act, Mondays to Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. on City TV. Class Act is a show that seeks to enable senior high school students gain a much better understanding of what they learn in school. All you need is a TV, a chair, your notebook, and your pen. Get clarity on subjects such as maths, English, IT, and science. Class Act airs every Monday to Thursday at 5:30 p.m. on City TV on DSTV channel 363 and GoTV channel 182. Don't forget your pens, pencils, and your notebooks and tune in to Class Act only on City TV.
City TV is live. On DSTV, go to channel 363. On GoTV, access City TV on channel 182. On a digital TV, please press the menu button on the remote control and run a new search on your TV. Take note that without an antenna, you cannot access City TV on your television. City TV can be accessed on a free-to-air digital box like the GoTV and StarTimes box. City TV, it's your world.
Welcome back, my friends. As much as the numbers of people who are recovering are encouraging, more than 2 million cases have been recorded globally. And there are fears these figures are not the entire picture, as some countries are not able to adequately test for cases. Okay? In Ecuador, what can I say? Ecuador, for example, I saw a very, very, very heartbreaking report.
While authorities claim fewer than 200 deaths from coronavirus in the whole of Ecuador, the city's morgue was overflowing.
Esta es la realidad.
The mayor has now announced 2 emergency cemeteries in Guayaquil to cope with demand. Despite an early lockdown in February, videos by desperate families show a city in chaos.
Hemos tomado la decisión de enterrarlo.
Corpses kept in houses, on the street, some even abandoned. The president's admission did little to calm the anger here.
Necesitamos la ayuda internacional para que la gente no siga muriéndose.
And as the frustration boils over,
very, what can I say, chilling, right? Very chilling stuff. That's why you are urged to stay at home, because, see, the global problem is worsened as the great president of the U.S., Donald, is it Trump or Trump? Yeah, that guy. He has threatened to withdraw funding to the World Health Organization, but people should stay home, no? Stay home, no? They move about with all sorts of excuses. In fact, somewhere in Nigeria, this gentleman says hunger virus past coronavirus.
At Area 1 Junction in the metropolis, a commercial taxi driver who was caught with overloaded passengers undressed himself in protest against the impoundment of his vehicle.
I get children, I get wife. No money, I can't find to chop. No money, nothing. You tell us keep for us, Baba. What do you want to do? Nothing. When I fear corona, hunger virus past coronavirus.
Africa there, oh yeah, Momo. And here in Ghana, people are commuting from one place to the other with, again, all kinds of excuses.
I'm from Achimota. I'm going to collect fish from my brother.
Fish?
Yes.
Is it important?
Oh, we have food, but I don't have any fish. And then my brother called me and said I should come and collect fish. It's a fish.
Well, you are not supposed to be coming out. Why won't you let someone deliver it to you?
Exactly. Can you imagine fish? And my colleague, Philip Nilate, who filed this report, tells me this guy crying here was using food as an excuse to loiter about.
Several pedestrians who were found loitering around were punished instantly, although this is not what the imposition of restrictions law prescribes as punishment for those who flout the directives. Shaibu Suleimana, who was a victim, says he stepped out to get food, which is allowed within the lockdown period.
He's been using food as an excuse to be just loitering around. And look, the hardship is real. By the second week of the lockdown, all the sisters of the night in my hood, sisters of the night, they had unleashed themselves back on the road. I commend them. And I wonder how they managed the first week, because they were strictly indoors. But when you say you want to help vulnerable people, suddenly everyone realizes they are vulnerable. But not so for this hustler professor friend I made at the Kasua toll booth. You don't go hungry, right?
No. When that's why if you are working, you need to save. Saving is important. It's vital. It's indispensable for each and everyone. As a human being, if you are working and you don't save, you are not a total human being.
So if the lockdown is extended, how do you?
Oh, if it is being extended, yeah, I will do management. That's a scale of preference. I'll use scale of preference to manage my money. That's arranging my things in order of priority. I'll not buy unnecessary goods, which are to be used for the future, but I'll buy immediate goods, which I'll use in the short run, but not in the long run. So I'll no more buy things which I'll use in the long run, but I don't need them right now. That's why I'll use the scale of preference for my management of my money.
I can feel in my spirit there is something special about to happen to this young man. Shout amen. Yeah. But as for this boutique operator, she doesn't agree with the professor's theories. She puts forward a Gary and we economic theory for survival.
As I read, I'm going to say, I'm going to
oh my goodness. Now, you remember the gentleman I spoke to the other time at the Dodowa toll booth? Yeah, I think that this must be his aunt or his stepmom. Now, let's talk about election 2020. And a member of the Council of State has an intriguing proposition.
Since the lockdown is not the whole country, they should start the registration in the areas where there's no lockdown. And that would have covered a large chunk of the country. In this country, where one person registers, another person comes, so they are not together. It can be done.
A lot of sense, don't you think? What do you think? I mean, we are sharing food, no social distancing. Ghanaians have screamed sense, and finally NIA has suspended ongoing registration in the Eastern region. Now we should, go and register in regions where there is no lockdown for election in December. I mean, I like the logic, but could you think otherwise?
Look at the food that we're being distributed of late. The queues and the pandemonium and the panic and the rush. So if even in those areas, so there are still a few regions, I think about 2 or so, that have not been affected. My problem is the way the Ghanaian is going to behave. The rush to get registered, the panic, and then the pandemonium.
Electoral Commission, the ball is in your court. We wish you higher sense in all you do. Now, government has been gloating over some groundbreaking research the Noguchi Memorial Institute for Medical Research has done. The irony is that the KCCR and Noguchi we rely on so heavily are all funded by foreign donors, and research institutions funded by the government have been crippled and starved by our government. Bribes, I can see. And now you are allegedly taking, say, tall. And I will say, nah. In my language, that's how we say good morning and hello. Anyway, Corona has killed 8 people in Ghana as a down, but 37 people have died of cerebrospinal meningitis in the Upper West region. I'm looking forward to the Information Ministry coming out to tell us the thorough job government has done to reduce, cure, and actually contain this cerebrospinal adeno, because every life matters too.